Okay, today's video will be about focus and how I was finally able to overcome my corn addiction to where the desire isn't there and isn't as strong. In case you're wondering, I am wearing my new click here, as many of you may not know, but I recently sent in my papers to join my local reservists, and I'm getting myself into shape doing that by going for walks and getting used to wearing my carrier and doing a few other things to try and get myself into shape. I'm still in the review process, but it's looking pretty good that I will most likely be in the reserves most likely sometime next year is what it's looking like. So anyways, this will be about how I finally overcame the desire for the corn addiction, how I finally overcame it with God's help. Now, from those that don't know, I was into the pornography. Most guys start, in their teens, and it's different and subjective to other people, but I was into it at the age of 10 to 11, okay? Now, I've shared that in other videos on my channel, as some of you have probably watched those. And that's when I started into it. And for over 21 or 22 years, it consumed me. And it's only the last 5 years when I was called back to God and made a rededication, I was finally able to overcome it. And there's a buddy of mine, Braden Steckler, he's got a channel. He asked me, he said, how long has it been? Because usually most guys keep track of the days. And I honestly told him, I don't know the exact number of days, but I can't remember the last time, as, I say, kind of grinning about it, is since I beat my wiener. Okay? I can't remember the last time, and the desire to do it and to look at corn, it's not there. Like, I'm tempted still, but I don't have a desire to ever want to do it again. I know it's weird. Like, it takes a long time to get there. It's taken, like I said, it's been up and down for 5 years. Last 5 years, I've been up and down, and I've failed more time than I can count, but an approximation of how long I've gone without beating the wiener would be, I'm coming up on, I would say, almost a year, I believe. I believe it's a year. Close to it. Like I said, I don't keep track of the days. Every day I just take it and get through it, and that's about it. That's all I do is live day to day. Take it one day at a time, as the song says, with Jesus. So, you may ask, well, that's great. Almost a year. How did you do it? Well, you have to be serious about it, but it's mainly God. Okay, there are guys that can overcome, a corn or a prawn addiction, some guys call it. So you have to be careful what you say on YouTube, because they'll demonetize you and they'll strike your channel if you talk overtly about it. And whereas this Christian content, you're already fighting an uphill battle against their stuff, because they don't want people to see Christian videos. They want to crush them in any Christian channels. They want to push them down, unless you're preaching what the world wants and not solid gospel truth that I preach. You preach what the world wants you to preach, and that's not what this channel is. So eventually, going up and down and going for weeks, and then you'd relapse, and then you go again, you'd relapse. But each time I didn't let it get me down. I kept getting up, dusting myself off, and continuing. And I would go for another amount of time, and I'd slip up, I'd fall again. And it continued this way, up and down, and most people would have given up. They wouldn't have stuck with it. Now, lots of guys work out to deal with it. Some focus on their careers. Some focus on their mission with God. And that's sort of what I focused mine on. But the main thing that finally helped me overcome it, and this is what I'm making this video for, because this is what worked for me, was I replaced my need, that desire, the want for the corn, I replaced it with an even greater need, an even greater want that trumps it and has helped me to focus and not have a desire to do it. And my need is, I've put Jesus and God above it. I need God daily to not go back to it. And I need God as much as you need air and breathing. And, maybe people need other people. But I need God. And that's what I shifted my focus to, is I need God. I rely on God. I pray to God each day. And since then, I haven't fallen into it. Now, I'll point off in the distance. You see that? Right there? That little black thing? If I can focus it right there, directly ahead. Over there. That little black thing right there. That is a porcupine. A quill pig. And I have my dog with me. Hence why I'm going to turn around and head the other way, because I don't want to get my dog, mix it with a porcupine, and have to pull quills out of it. But he's a big boy. See him waddling along? He's a big boy. He's probably the one I've been seeing around. So, hey, come on. We're going back. I don't want my dog getting mixed up with it, so we're going to head back. And you can see he's walking off now along the field. She doesn't know because she hasn't seen him. And we're not going to let that happen. So, as I was saying, my need for God and serving Him has trumped my need for corn. You see, I've replaced it. Now, and also I've done a lot of reflection and thinking, and I've come to this conclusion for people is, God doesn't need you. Okay, He wants you. He wants a relationship with you, but He doesn't need you. And I realize that. Like, if I don't do my mission, God will have somebody else. He doesn't need me. And so when I thought of that, I'm like, okay, He doesn't need me to do the mission, to push the gospel, because He's got lots of people that can do that. But I shifted it around to, I realized I need Him. See, I've been up and down, like I said, struggling with fighting the prawn addictions and stuff. And there's only when I realized I need God. I can't do it myself. You can't rely on your own strength to beat this, especially after years of relying upon it and building up that addiction. So, I've replaced my need with God. I've said, I need God. I need you more. I need you again and again and again and again and again. And I say it to Him every day. I do need Him. I need Him every day that I'm breathing. I need Him more than breath. Because without Him, I can't beat this addiction and continue down, because He has to set you free. But people get into their head where it's like, oh, God needs me. Like, I'm so important. I got this channel. I've got this other stuff. And like, God needs me. He needs someone like me. Or He needs a woman like me, to do this. And I'm here to give you a, wake-up call to you, brothers and sisters. God doesn't need anyone, okay? He wants you. He wants a relationship with you. He wants you to return to Him. And He wants to have that relationship. But He doesn't need it. God's complete. God is perfect. He doesn't need, but He wants you. You see? And when you realize that you need Him more than you need your addiction, whatever you're going through, whether that's, alcohol or, smoking or drugs, or you're hooking up a lot, when you switch that need from the focus on the addiction and you focus to the need of God and how much you need Him, you have a massive shift. And you'll find you're able to beat your addiction even better. Now, for some strange reason, as I'll say before in the video, he's back there. He's in focus. See him right there? That little black there? Right there? You might get him focused in with my finger right there. He seems to be following me, walking down in my direction. I ain't got no food for ya. So, shoo. Go back to the trees and eat grass. But, hence why he's probably just heading to the woods off to my right, because that's his home. There's game trails back and forth. Anyways, aside from having a beautiful little animal, I like animals, even porcupines. It's a rodent. Most people would say, oh, you should remove it. I'm not going to. I'm not a ruthless executor. It's God's creation. He's walking and he ain't bothering stuff. Now, if you mess with my dog, yes, I would. I would absolutely end him in, like a second. He would be done. Toasted. And with, it being hunting season and me having a license for it, I could. But I'm not. Because it hasn't threatened my dog and we're quite a distance away. He's not bothering me, so I'm going to let him, enjoy himself. Eat his little blades of grass. So, I'll leave the video off here, but the way to beat your addiction, in closing, is replace it with a need for God. You need God more. You need Jesus more in your mission. You need it more than the addiction. When you shift your mindset to that, you'll find you don't even think about it. You don't even think about pron. I mean, even now, me talking about it, I literally have no desire to go back to doing it. I'm tempted. You can go look at the size or whatever. Like, that's temptation. That's fine. But even then, that's losing its power. I don't care. Like, go ahead. Run your mouth in my ear, Satan, all you want about that. I ain't going back to it because I have no desire to. It is not even on my radar anymore. I'm focusing ahead. I'm focusing on God and my need for Him more than I have a need for fulfilling this world and the sin. So, as I said, this has been a voice in the wilderness. Soldier, bondservant of Christ. Keep me in your prayers and just, remember to do that mainly because as I apply for this more and more, and when I eventually get in to my reservists, I would like support because it's a interesting world out there and it's quite dark and you never know, things could degrade fast and I could be called out. But anyways, I'm not going to worry about that. God's in control. So, as I said, voice in the wilderness, soldier, bondservant of Christ. Have a blessed day. Whenever you see this, whether it's day or night, stay safe in these dark and crazy times. And I will catch you in the next one.